Imagine stepping into water, so clear it looks like liquid glass, with no waves, no current, and no sign of danger anywhere around you. It feels like the safest place you could possibly swim. But what if that peaceful lake had already claimed lives, under circumstances that experts still struggle to fully explain? Deep in Australia's famous Fraser Island, now known by its traditional name, Kagari, lies a place locals sometimes whisper about as the Lake of Death. It attracts thousands of visitors every year, yet behind its postcard beauty is a mystery that continues to raise unsettling questions. Before we uncover what makes this lake so extraordinary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next journey into the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. Kagari is unlike almost anywhere else on Earth. It is the world's largest sand island, stretching for miles along the Queensland coast. At first glance, it seems impossible. Towering rainforests grow from pure sand, ancient trees thrive where they shouldn't, and dozens of crystal-clear lakes appear without rivers flowing into or out of them. Scientists have spent decades studying how this landscape even exists, and while many answers have been found, some mysteries remain remarkably difficult to explain. Among all these lakes, Lake Mackenzie stands out. Its brilliant blue water is so incredibly clear that visitors often compare it to swimming in a giant natural swimming pool. There are no dangerous tides, no hidden river currents, and no rough waves. Everything about the lake appears calm, peaceful, and inviting. Tour guides regularly describe it as one of the safest swimming spots on the island. That reputation makes one tragic event even more difficult to understand. In March of 2019, two 16-year-old Japanese students visiting Australia on a school trip disappeared while swimming in Lake Mackenzie. A large search operation began almost immediately. Police, rescue teams, helicopters, and divers searched through the night, hoping to find the boys alive. By the following morning, both had been recovered from the lake. The heartbreaking discovery shocked everyone involved. What puzzled investigators even more was the location itself. Experienced officers openly admitted that it was difficult to understand how two healthy teenagers could drown in such calm conditions. There were no powerful currents capable of dragging swimmers underwater. There were no storms. There were no reports of dangerous weather. The lake simply did not fit the usual pattern seen in drowning accidents. To understand why this case remains so unusual, we first need to understand the lake itself. Lake Mackenzie belongs to an extremely rare group known as perched lakes. Unlike ordinary lakes, perched lakes have no connection to rivers or underground water systems. Instead, they sit above the natural water table, resting on a thick layer of compacted organic material that acts almost like a giant waterproof bowl. Every drop of water inside comes almost entirely from rainfall. This unique structure creates remarkably pure water. There is very little sediment, almost no nutrients, and almost no movement beneath the surface. The lake appears almost frozen in time. Swimmers often describe the sensation as floating through air because the water is so incredibly transparent. Ironically, that same peaceful stillness is exactly what has made the tragedy so difficult to explain. Lake Mackenzie is only one part of a much larger story. Across Kagari, visitors encounter environments that constantly challenge expectations. Lake Wabi, the island's deepest lake, is slowly disappearing beneath an advancing sand dune. Every year, the dune moves a little farther, gradually swallowing the lake that it helped create. Visitors are warned not to dive because the water near the shoreline can be much shallower than it appears. Another remarkable location is Lake Boomingin, the largest perched lake in the world. Unlike Mackenzie's brilliant blue water, this lake appears almost black because of natural tannins released by surrounding vegetation. Warning signs there also remind visitors not to jump or dive due to hidden hazards beneath the surface. Three famous lakes, each formed differently, each carrying its own unique warnings. Yet the island's mysteries extend far beyond its lakes. Kagari is also home to one of Australia's purest populations of wild dingoes. Their isolation has helped preserve their genetics for generations, making them extremely important from a conservation perspective. At the same time, they remain wild predators, and authorities constantly remind visitors to respect their space. Several serious dingo incidents over the years have changed how the island is managed. Fences have been installed around populated areas, Educational programs teach visitors how to behave around wildlife, and strict safety guidelines encourage people to travel in groups, supervise children closely, and avoid feeding animals under any circumstances. These measures highlight the delicate balance between protecting both people and wildlife. When you step back and look at the island as a whole, a fascinating pattern begins to emerge. A rainforest growing on sand, lakes existing without rivers, wildlife unlike almost anywhere else in Australia, ancient cultural knowledge stretching back thousands of years, modern scientific research still uncovering new discoveries. Kagari feels less like a typical tourist destination and more like a living natural laboratory where every answer seems to uncover another question. Perhaps that is why Lake Mackenzie continues to capture people's imagination. The tragedy involving the two teenagers remains deeply saddening, but it also reminds us how nature does not always fit neatly into human expectations. Even places that appear perfectly calm may contain complexities we do not fully understand. Investigations have explored possible explanations, yet no single answer has completely satisfied everyone involved. Maybe the greatest lesson is not that the lake is supernatural or cursed, but that nature often hides incredible complexity beneath extraordinary beauty. The clearest water can conceal unseen challenges. The quietest places can hold the deepest mysteries. And sometimes, despite our best technology and scientific knowledge, there are still events that leave us searching for answers. So what do you think really happened at Lake Mackenzie? Could there be a natural explanation that researchers have yet to prove? Or do you believe this remarkable lake still holds secrets waiting to be discovered? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this mystery as fascinating as we did, share this video with someone who loves unexplained places. Until next time, remember that some of the world's most beautiful locations are also its most mysterious, and Kagari continues to remind us that nature always has another story waiting beneath the surface.